Hey, good evening. This is Jim from the Mooker Forum. I've been playing with this for a while and trying to see what configurations, a whole bunch of interesting stuff. But anyway, this is what I'm after a little bit. And I know the voltages are summing like I want. Two H bridges powered by two different batteries cross-connecting the grounds. Okay? So each of them have their own grounds. The grounds are not tied together. They're on individual ones. The two 90-degree phases are square waves and are isolated with an optocoupler over there, timed out. Okay, right now I have two open transformers hooked up on each of the phases. This configuration shows me what I want to see. Now, as you see, these are my waves. Now, one will go higher than the other. Sometimes that blue one's way up, sometimes the yellow one's way up. It depends because they don't balance. The grounds are floating in between. So, as you see, one's at 13, one's at 12.5. Now, the left one might go lower sometimes, 136, 121. They're not totally balanced because they're oscillating power back and forth through the batteries. Okay. Now, watch what happens when I short one of the output leads. Okay. Let me get it. Here we go. Whoop! The blue one shorted. The yellow one's at 5.05 volts VRMS. Now I'm going to unshort it. Whoop, came back down. Now as you see, the yellow one's higher than the blue one. Now they're going to start evening out, which they are now. Now it's back at 3 volts. 3 volts VRMS. 9 volts peak to peak. I'm going to short it again so you can see it again. So from 3 volts, whoop, that one goes right up to 5 volts. Whoop. Okay, that was shorting the blue one. Now we're going to short the yellow one down here with the same thing. Okay, they're starting to get back to equal, and I'm going to short the other one. Whoop! Right up. 5 volts. Unshort it. That blue one's going to come back down. Now these batteries are going to oscillate, try to balance, but they can't balance because the grounds aren't tied together. And here we go. It's back to balance at 3 volts. So the summing definitely does that. So when a transformer is loaded on a secondary, it creates a magnetic field that sends positive voltage out the negative wire. Now in this situation, the negative wire goes to a different battery than when you put two batteries in series. Positive goes into a negative, the voltages sum. Like we put two batteries in your remote control in series, you get 3 volts out of two 1.5s. That's what happens. So the magnetic field you take out of the coil through the induction, you harvest it. There's an equal and opposite reaction in transformers and everything in life. And an opposite and equal reaction could be transported into the other side of the circuit that's calling for that energy at the exact same time this is giving the energy. Because usually that extra energy works against us, but now it works for us because it's seriesing with the other circuit. So, again, I'm going to short one and watch what happens. Yeah, if I could grab it, here we go. Whoop. The other side goes right up. It gets more voltage. So, yeah, interesting. How it's all going to play out, we'll find out. But this is one of the interesting configurations. There are more interesting configurations. Like I can make both these run, but only, actually, I'll show it if I can. Watch this. I'm going to unplug. Well, maybe another video will do that. I could use one battery and have one hot wire going to one bridge and one negative wire going to the other bridge. So one bridge will only have a hot and one bridge will only have a negative, and it'll still work and it still sustains. It's able to use the return path of the other phase going down and send it back and forth through the circuit, which is very interesting. So if you want to see that, I can make that video. Just request on the Mooker forum, and I'll set that back up. But there we go. So that's what we're playing with here and how we could utilize this for our benefit.